Hey guys, Mike Solar here with Dog Talk. Today's date is going to be September 11th, so we're going to recognize that what today is, and take a quick moment here. All right, so what I want to do, guys, is I just want to say thank you for listening. It's truly a blessing to me, my family, to know that we have so many people out there that are willing to listen to me talk and listen to me tell you about my adventures and things that are going on in my life. And as you can see, we started this new podcast and video stuff that we got going on, and it's so exciting to see everybody following it, paying attention to it, and giving me ideas to continue doing it. It's just a fun adventure for me. What's really cool is, as you guys all know, we had dog training. We had Blue Line Canine dog training started 10 years ago this year, and it's really cool how my life is becoming like a full circle at this point in time. So clients from years ago are now coming back into my life and just reminding me of, how we helped them and how we did things with them. And it's just it's a true blessing for me to see how these things are going. Well, with that being said, it's so exciting that I've learned so many different things, such as like how to even run a podcast, that I've decided that I want to give out more. And one of the things that we're going to do is that we're going to interview guests every week in reference to different stuff that we've come across and seeing how they can help people as well. And I'm hoping that we can do this together as a team, meaning me and you guys teaming up to help other people build their businesses, get the information out there, really just team up to do all this stuff. And you can easily do it by sharing our Facebook page at Dog Talk Live, or you can use the link dogtalkmd.com. And that way you can get this information out to others and really spread the word, because I would really like everybody to team up and do this together so we can all be a part of something bigger, really showing people that we're all here to care about each other and we all have something to offer to each other. So with nothing further for me to just keep BSing about, we're going to just go ahead and introduce my guest. My guest today is Dawn Regner, and I met her years ago. I want to say about actually 8 years ago. When we trained her dog with Blue Line Canine. Now, today we're not talking about Blue Line. We're going to be talking all Dog Talk Live and what she's up to currently. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up. It has nothing to do with accounting, because she was an accountant. So it's a neat thing. It's not going to be a boring show. It's going to be something that a lot of people are interested in. And it's neat because if you know me personally, you know that I really like pizza and coffee. So I'm not a big health nut. But recently, I was told that if I don't start changing my diet or looking into alternatives, that I'm probably not going to be living a healthy lifestyle too much longer. So I've been doing tons of research, and coincidentally enough, I went to a meeting and reconnected with Dawn, and she told me all about this new product that she's involved with called Plexus. And I'm going to let her explain most of it, but it is pretty cool to see how everybody's life has expanded into different things, and we're all here to share. And I'm going to be introducing her right now. So, Dawn, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here today.
Awesome. So, Dawn, if you don't mind, can you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself? What got you where you are today, where you started, and then what got you into Plexus? Like, what made you get into Plexus itself?
Absolutely. I'd be glad to share that. I lightheartedly refer to myself as a recovering accountant. I've been in accounting my whole life. I went to college, made the decision early on that's what I wanted to do. Was one that was fortunate enough to pass the CPA exam the first time I sat for it, which is a feat that I'm still very proud of. Stayed in it for 20 years, and I still have my own business. I've had my own business in First Act Accounting for over 9 years now. About 2.5 years ago, I was just celebrating a 50th birthday, nice milestone birthday, with one of my best friends. And she began just talking to me about Plexus and some of the struggles that she was facing. And I just took an interest in it, just really supporting her. I didn't realize I was looking for some changes in my life until I found them. So I jokingly will say that Plexus found me, but that truly is how it happened for me. So. Yeah.
Now, real quick, because you did say that you're still doing the accounting, right?
I am.
So if people are looking for accounting information, accounting tips, whatever, and you are licensed in Maryland and anywhere else?
Actually, I am a CPA, but I'm called an inactive CPA. So my focus in my accounting practice is on QuickBooks.
Okay.
That's a big buzzword for a lot of people because I think about 90% of small businesses use some form of Intuit products in their businesses. So I do have a website, www.firstactaccounting.com. That's some general information about me, and there's also contact information on there, and also a contact page if they'd like more information. But my focus in that business is on teaching small business owners how to better use QuickBooks for their own, financial understanding. So I like to teach people the basics of accounting and how QuickBooks can make their lives easier in business.
That's awesome. So that even goes to show that, with Dawn here, guys, is that she's already been an entrepreneur, and this is way before any of those things. So it's really telling you, that if you have, some accounting issues, you have some business issues, and things like that you're looking for, because I know most of our listeners are all entrepreneurs. And that's what's awesome about this show today is that I want everybody to know we're bringing everybody in to show them how it's different and how we can all work together. So again, if you guys are interested in some accounting stuff, check out firstactaccounting.com. That's FIRSTACCOUNTING.com. All right, guys. So check that one out. I think it's going to be, something that if you have just those quick questions, she's going to happily help you out. But that's not going to be our focus today. So we're going to push the accountant thing right to the side. All right. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what she got into. Because if you notice, she said something how she met a friend that was interested in this product, Plexus, just like how me and her bumped heads again and got into this kind of stuff as well. So now we want to talk about Plexus and how you got started. And what you said was that you met a friend that got you into it. Now, when you say you just got into it, what got you into it? What were you looking for or at the time needing that got you into a product like Plexus?
I will honestly say that the reason I got involved in Plexus in the beginning was the girlfriend that I was celebrating with was struggling with some very serious autoimmune issues, MS and RA specifically, and she was out of options herself for feeling better and healing. She actually talked to me about Plexus as something that she was considering doing. She's a holistic chiropractor, not in this area. She's in Virginia Beach. And what honestly happened is she was having such a hard time with those two diseases that she was thinking that she was going to have to get out of her chiropractic business. I truly listened to her and started being interested in Plexus without looking for the health aspect of it because I thought she was going to need some support in having it become a part-time business for her. So truly at the very beginning, I was looking for supporting her. I did have some issues with energy. I had some issues with being just not being able to sleep well at night, but I didn't really realize that there was any connection to what these products might be able to do for that in that vein. And I was on thyroid medicine at the time, which I'd also heard was connected to autoimmune. So I thought, well, if I could give it a try, if it'll make a difference for me, that might be great.
Now, it's really neat. You just said that you tried the Plexus, and before you tried it, you were suffering from sleep deprivation, but you also had lack of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems sort of contradicting, at least, to a guy that's like, well, wait a minute, if you had no energy, why couldn't you sleep?
Right.
Right. But I'm sure you're not the only one that suffers from those things. I'm sure other people are laying in bed going, I am so exhausted, I don't know why I can't fall asleep. And sometimes it may not have anything to do with the TV being on, but it could be something else, right? And then you tried Plexus. And how long ago was it when you started Plexus?
I've been taking the products for 2.5 years.
So 2.5 years ago.
Yep.
And then you started out as just utilizing it, right? Because your friend was into it. Okay.
Yes.
And then it solved that issue for you? Like, when did you notice it? Did it take like a day, 2 days, a week, a month?
3 days.
3 days, and you saw the difference?
I did.
Wow, that's incredible. And with Plexus, what is it really doing? Is it just balancing out like your internal? Like, tell me a little bit what Plexus is doing for you.
I can do that. So we really focus on 3 areas. They're all obviously connected to gut. To health and to gut health, really. So it's gut health, which a lot of people don't know what that is. I understand that. I didn't know what that was either. Didn't even really understand what the gut was. Also sugar balancing and inflammation. And when you think about inflammation, don't just think swollen joints, think basically swollen insides. Now, just remember, you have an accountant that is talking to you about health things. So some of my terminology may be a little less scientific than you might be used to.
Yeah. So we have an accountant talking about health things, which It goes to show you that, in today's world, it's one of those neat things is that we have so many people telling us, what we should eat, what we should do, how we should do things, especially people, in the medical field. And, we know right now in the news that the healthcare is a big issue going on. And, coming from the avenue I come from, which is all about habits, what I found that, we become unhealthy or become healthy based on some of our habits. So introducing a product like Plexus to a person that really understands how we build habits, how do you feel that this was in your life? Was it easy to add this? Was it something you had to get slower? I mean, it sounds like you sort of went for it because you said you've seen a difference in 3 days. So you signed up, got it. 3 days later, you're already noticing a difference, which sounds like you jumped in the deep end and just said, well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, I guess I just tried it and called it a day, right?
That's true.
But somebody like myself, so in this case, I'm going to say that me and you would be polar opposites, right? Because I'm a very driven guy, but I also know what drives me, which is I understand my habits. So when I know, hey, I'm going to introduce something to me, no matter what it is, I have to find a time slot, and then I introduce it nice and slowly. And then there's been times that I've overwhelmed myself, and those are those times where my friends call me out and say, Mike, you need to go back to square one and rebuild. And I get that, and that's sort of where we're at now, which is awesome. And this is a great opportunity for even me to even possibly introduce a new habit because I'm rebuilding. Right. So what would you say is with Plexus, is it something that we can introduce slowly? Is it something that I have to do it all in or nothing? Where does it fall into it? Does it replace a meal? Is it a supplemental? Where do you feel that it can go into?
Right. So Plexus, we're not a diet. That's very important to know. And we are not meal supplement. We are basically a supplement to add to your daily, whatever it is that you're doing. We like to refer to ourselves as a tool to improving habits in a healthy lifestyle that you're trying to work your way towards. So yes, it can be introduced slowly in the sense of the products themselves. Our most popular product is actually a combo. It's called Triplex. There's 3 parts to that. Plexus Slim, that's the most popular supplement that we have. That's the one that actually focuses on the natural sugar balancing. That's the one that often gives people the energy days. Some people it's actually first day. For me, it was day 3. That's the one that can also help with a little better sleep. So, and you may also notice even some appetite craving reduction from that. It has ginkgo biloba in it. Some people know what that is. So that's actually curbing the appetite a little bit. So as far as introducing in slowly, Plexus Slim is often the one that folks will try first. But it is something that you do want to do daily. So in terms of, Mike, you're talking about wanting to, or being strong in terms of being habitual, it is something that you want to try and do every day and try and drink at the same time of the day. All it is a slick, like a stick pack of it's plant-based, like a powder mix that you pour in a bottle of water and you drink once a day. So it's super easy to do. Recommending doing it first thing in the morning just because a couple reasons. One, it's easy to remember. Also giving you that sustained energy throughout the day, which a lot of people experience first off. And then from there, we could introduce other products that would be, more focused on the gut health and the inflammation that you may be experiencing.
Great. Now, if anybody's interested in finding out a lot more details, Dawn actually has a website you guys can go to called thepinkeffect.biz. That's thepinkeffect.biz. ThePinkEffect.biz. You go there. She has nice little video blogs going on there. You can easily find out more information about what we're talking about today, Plexus. And it's a great way just for you guys to do your own research and not feel pressured into anything with people coming to you or pushing those things. So it's a good way to get started. Again, that's thepinkeffect.biz. Now, as we continue this conversation, she keeps bringing into, the gut health and things like that. And I know a lot of people are sitting there going, I know I am. I'm like, well, my gut's okay. I mean, everything's working normal. I'm going to the bathroom as usual. So why would I really care about my gut, at this point in time? And, like anything else, I'm sure everyone's thinking, well, why do I need to keep hearing that? Why do I hear those kinds of things? And it's not a bad thing to hear it because when we don't know something, it's a really good idea to go out there and figure it out because it might have a bigger effect on you than you think. So I'm going to ask Dawn to, explain that a little bit more. Like what is so important to getting our gut sort of on point here, and how does Plexus sort of level that into it?
Okay, I think what I'll do is, if I can, I'll just go to the basics of what a healthy gut is supposed to be. So our bodies, these are, think of intestines, small, large, combined. Think of that as your gut. It's the best way to work with it in terms of making it as simple as I can. So we have bacteria in our gut, and we have yeast in our insides, and we're born with that. That's something that we're supposed to have. It's natural. It's all part of the process. Actually, yeast is in our body for when we die. It helps us to decompose. That's how God made us. So when we think we have a healthy lifestyle, because, maybe we're eating decent, we feel like we eat our fruits and vegetables, and we try and eat some lean meats, and maybe we walk during the day, that type of thing. So we think we're in good shape. But what happens is, if you've ever taken antibiotics, for the ladies that are out there that may be listening, if you've ever been on birth control pills, if you've ever eaten any kind of preservatives in your food, which, that happens, it's pretty hard not to do that anymore. Toxins in the environment, all these kinds of things. What happens is we end up getting bad yeast in our body, and the bad yeast is offsetting what the good is in there to do. It causes what's called leaky gut. I would highly encourage you to Google that and check it out so that you can understand what that's about. And when leaky gut happens, you end up with little tiny microscopic holes within your gut. And what truly takes place is, as food is going through our systems, as it's processing and supposed to be, coming out as we go to the bathroom, some of that stuff actually leaks out into our bodies. So if you're talking about people who are struggling with feeling tired, lack of energy, people that are struggling with everything from depression to stomach issues to headaches to sugar cravings, that is all connected back to a gut that needs to be rebalanced and repopulated with good bacteria. So that's, in a super quick nutshell, what our supplements do is they get back to good. And so when you're feeling either, and it's weight issues too. I mean, this society focuses so much on weight and wanting to lose weight. Some people, actually, it's weight gain. Actually, there are folks out there that struggle the other way. It's probably not as prevalent as those that struggle with weight loss. They're looking at, well, I just want to lose weight. Well, that's true, but you need to be getting to the source of it, which is truly within getting to that gut health. Weight does come off when your gut is healthy. So
that actually brings up a really good question I have. So when you start on Plexus, since you've now been doing it, how long have you been doing it again? I'm sorry.
2.5 years.
2.5 years. Mm-hmm. So you've been on Plexus now for 2.5 years. Your friend started, and she suffered from MS and RA, and she's a chiropractor down in Virginia.
Yep.
And how long has she been on Plexus?
Same. We joined the same
time. So you guys did it together to see how it would help each other out. And how's she doing overall?
She's doing fantastic.
So she's a hardcore believer as well then.
Absolutely.
Okay. And you've been on it for 2.5 years. And I'm assuming because it's going to be a 30-day thing. So it's almost like once you budget in your life, since you're an accountant, so you already know, plan the budget, it comes in, it's already scheduled. You don't even have to worry about reordering it. I'm assuming it's just does its thing. So you just literally open your front door, it's sitting right there for you, and you just keep living a healthy lifestyle that way, right?
Absolutely.
Now, when you started it, and now you're talking about weight loss and how people can be affected by that. Let's just say, you're a person like me. I'm always on the go, so I'm eating a lot of fast food. I love pizza. I love coffee. So I definitely can tell you that I know what weight gain is. As for weight loss, it's been a few years since I went running. So looking at a weight loss scenario, do you think Plexus would help naturally change my diet, or do you think that's going to be something that I would have to really... I mean, given you have to focus on changing your diet. You can always order a Big Mac or you can get the salad. But I guess my thing is that I've learned that with certain ways that you eat or you do certain things, that you find that your appetite might change a bit or things like that. Did you find that to happen with Plexus? And do you have any other clients that maybe went through something similar? Because you brought up the weight loss thing. So I'm just trying to really grasp how that weight loss is. Is that the people start a hardcore diet? Or was it something a little bit slower for them that got them guided into the right direction?
Absolutely. That's a great question. And I will say first that, that supplement that I'm referring to, Plexus Slim, is named Slim because weight loss is such a big focus, in this society. Where the true focus of what Plexus Slim does is not about the weight loss. It's about getting things internally happen so the weight comes off. Yes, we absolutely do see that. I mentioned early on that Plexus we are a tool. We are not, we're not a diet and we're not a meal replacement. But what happens is when your sugar is balanced naturally, you tend to crave different foods. And I'm sure there is a science behind this, but again, remember, accountant, you're talking to an accountant here. But what I will say is that definitely happened for myself and so many of my customers. They just crave different foods. We're actually right now in the process of a 7-day challenge where folks are trying out Slim just for 7 days, just to see if it makes a difference for them in that short period of time. And 3 of the 7 people have said, this is crazy. Like, I didn't want to eat the full meal that I had when I sat down to dinner, went out to dinner last Thursday, didn't eat the full meal. I always would have eaten that before. Again, scientifically, I can't explain what it is, but I know there's a science that's making that happen. I definitely crave different foods. The other thing I personally noticed day 4 was that my fountain soda addiction left. Literally, my car went to drive into Wawa and I realized I don't really want that Coke anymore. And to this day, fountain Cokes that I've drank since I was 15 years old, no, they don't even, it doesn't even taste the same. And I too will have an occasion. I love pizza too. I'm not going to lie. For me, it was a pizza and a Coke. The Coke just doesn't taste the same. It doesn't even have the same taste. So there's definitely things that are happening that so many folks notice very quickly from it. And so over time, that does bring weight. If weight loss is the goal, that will bring that into play. I can say that myself, I wasn't looking for weight loss. I did lose about 10 pounds. It did not happen for me until later, about 10 months in. I was feeling so much better that I really, again, I wasn't paying attention to it. And once my body got balanced and I get, that gut health kicked in, the weight came off. And I know a part of that factor was because I was eating or craving different foods, craving healthier stuff.
Well, it's awesome you just said that, because as we talked about before, I'm a huge habit guy. I mean, I teach habit stuff all the time with everybody I ever meet. It's all I talk about. So what you literally just said is exactly what I was trying to talk about before. Literally, even prior to us starting to record, that was the key right there. So what you just said, in case everybody else, I know you guys weren't listening earlier to our conversation before we started recording, but I was trying to talk to Dawn a little bit about habits and how we're very habit-driven people, and we are a society of understanding, but we sometimes tend to forget that we are natural habiters, right? So, and what I mean by these words that I'm making up as we talk is this. So I told Dawn a little story about this year. My doctor and wife told me that I am extremely unhealthy and way overweight. Well, I took it as an insult and went and ate a pizza. So it was great. And then I woke up and realized that, in life, in order to see my kids grow, in order to share these things that I've experienced in my life with others, and that's really what I'm about, is I needed to get healthy. So for the first 30 days, I literally drove to the gym and then drove away. And every time I tell somebody a story, they literally, even right now, Dawn is looking at me like I'm weird for doing that. And I told her, I said, the hardest habit you have to do is to change your lifestyle. And if you woke up every day, drank a pot of coffee like I do, and just go to work, and anybody that follows me knows that I am constantly on the go, something like that, to go to the gym, that's something out of your way with my schedule, it's very difficult to do. You're going to look for every excuse to not do it. So even with weight loss, that was not really my main goal when I started going to the gym. It was actually just becoming healthier. So I've been doing tons of research myself, trying to learn how to be healthier, what kind of diet you need. And one of the things that I found is that if you change your diet, you're going to lose weight very quickly. Because, I did this other product, and we're not going to name products because I'm not here to bash anything. But let's say we do a weight loss product, and it's a 60-day thing, or a diet such as the Atkins diet, where we change our lifestyle, and it's very dramatic. You lose the weight. The problem is that when you start craving all those things that you're missing, because the reason why you lost that weight not necessarily has to do with that product you took, but it has to do with the fact that you were changing the way you were eating. So your body goes into shock, starts losing all these calories, but then what happens is your body will bounce back out to the new diet. You'll start to crave the old stuff. Your willpower drops, and boom, you're back up, and you're probably bigger than you were before. So what shocked me just now was how Dawn told you guys that her weight loss came at the 10-month period. Well, 10 months into her doing a 2.5-year program, think about that, guys. She started a habit just to be healthy. It wasn't about weight loss. It wasn't the end goal. It was an achievement brought on by a small habit of introducing a small powder into her daily water. 1 8-ounce bottle of water. She added a little powder to it each morning. And her only goal at that point in time, because even right now she's looking at me and looking at my pad of paper that I have doodles all over, is this. She said that her biggest problem was she couldn't sleep and she didn't have energy. Her only focus with Plexus was, if this can help me there, I can continue being a great accountant, CPA, and doing that kind of stuff. Now her goal has become, wow, this product helped me not only solve that problem, but then I lost weight. I did this. I did that. I'm seeing others succeed. And she even brought in a challenge. In only a couple of days, people are seeing a difference. Now, the main entity is the people doing the challenge are probably going hardcore. It's like anything else. If we're, I'm going to challenge myself to do something, you're going to go all in. That's a lot of work. And if you're anything like me, I wouldn't do the challenge just because, well, I'm a lazy guy, technically. I work hard to be lazy. So everybody always thinks that it's funny when even right now, she's literally giggling at the fact that I just said that. But if you know me, like really, really know me, you'll know that my most exciting time is playing with Legos. And if Dawn looks around the room, yeah, she's nodding her head because there's Legos everywhere. Yep. I love Legos, and it's a fantastic little way for me to play, which means I do nothing. I just sit there and build something. So it's just a way of being lazy. But if you look at my work ethic, you would probably contradict that statement. With that all being said, 10 months for weight loss and to lose, would you say 10 pounds?
Yes. 10
pounds. So it's pretty much a pound a day, a pound a month. And all she did was add a small little supplement into her water, which I'm blown away. That's why I keep literally mumbling over this, because I think it's just amazing that happened. Now, if you guys are interested in the challenge, are you hosting the challenge or is it somebody else doing the challenge?
It's a team that's doing it.
Okay,
yeah,
so you have a team of different sales reps. Okay. Could they find out more information about the challenge? Let's say somebody wants to do it randomly. Would you bring them in on the challenge with the pinkeffect.biz? Can they find out information there?
Truly, the best way to do it would be to friend me on Facebook personally.
And how would they friend you on Facebook? What is your @ on Facebook?
Dawn Regner.
Dawn Regner. So that's going to be DAWNREGNER. So if you go to Facebook, you search her, or you can just put the @ emblem.
Yes.
DAWNREGNER. Send her a message, and she'll hook you up with this challenge, which I think it's pretty exciting. Just for the people that really want to get into it, get started. I guess that's a good way.
It's good for people that just want to test it out because they think I'm crazy that I noticed a difference in my energy in 3 days. And day 4 I didn't want the Coke anymore. They've heard me talk about it enough. So a week is a chance to see some of those early benefits. You're typically not going to lose 5 pounds in a week, but you will notice some of the other fantastic benefits that we see so quickly in it.
That's awesome. And just to see and hear that these things are going on, I think is just a great way of doing stuff. And if I'm getting all this right, the way the product is actually working is that it's a slow process to get your body healthy one little day at a time. Yes. Is what it seems like it's doing. And then your body is literally just burning the calories off. So you're not going to the gym or adding like a personal trainer into your world with this.
I didn't do that. I definitely didn't do that in the first 2 years. I will say that what's really cool for me, now I'm 52 years old. So for me to have started going to the gym regularly, it started last November, is unheard of. That's something, you talk about habits. That's a habit that I always wanted in my head to make happen. But the bottom line was I didn't want it enough to make it. I didn't actually drive to the gym like you did. I just would pay for the membership and not go. So I didn't even waste the gas. You wasted gas on top.
Oh, I didn't waste the money on the gym membership.
Oh, no, you didn't get the membership.
I didn't get the membership.
Yeah, right.
I didn't get the membership until I knew I was going to get up and go. And now I continue to go to the gym. And I do have a membership, but it took 3 months for me to get there because I had to figure out the right schedule and get it built into my habits. So that way it never changed.
And I have to say this, that getting that, like I always joke with people that I don't like the gym. I always hated gym and I hated running. It is, what day is it? September 11th. And I am doing my first 5K. This is the first time I'm actually saying this out loud, Thanksgiving Day. And if you knew me, you would not know how unheard of that is. And I truly attribute that to being a healthier person. And that is what Plexus did for me. So It might sound like a sales pitch, but it's the bottom line. There's no way this would have happened otherwise.
So what I'm getting from all this kind of stuff is that if you're the type of person that's looking for a healthier lifestyle, that wants things to be, affordable in the big game, this is probably a great product for you to get started with. Now, I know everybody goes, oh, well, how much does this stuff cost? And the truth be told is, guys, when we look at costs, you have to always look at everything. Now, I'm probably going to give you a little pitch to let you know that it's going to sound expensive when I probably say this, but it's really not when you look at it in the big game. And again, when you do things, when you're buying things, you have to look at where you're saving, right? So a healthier lifestyle, you're not going to be going to the doctor as much. You're not going to be buying medications. It means you're not paying those co-pays. You're not doing your meals are going to get more affordable. You're going to be living a healthier way. And when you do that kind of stuff, it all balances out to be the same amount of money going out constantly with things like that. Because you got to think, if you're always in the doctor's taking sick leave from work, and how that you're losing things compared to, hey, I have more energy, I'm healthier, I'm not going to the doctor as much, I'm not wasting money on medication, I'm not doing all this other kind of, let's say, negativity onto our bodies, means that money that you were spending before on the bad meals are now being supplemented by the healthier meals, and it's a balancing act, So you have to look at those kinds of things when you're getting into things. Now, Plexus, we're not going to go into pricing. One, I don't have anything in front of me to show me pricing, but Dawn can tell you a little bit about the pricing here in a little bit. And she was explaining to me before we got on the air was that it's more of a membership, right? So you pay, it comes monthly to keep you going, but you just pick what you're looking for. Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's not something that you're actually locked into. Obviously, we encourage consistency, because if you're not consistent, as with any other habit, it's not going to work. It's not going to do what it needs to do for you. There's different levels of the way you can either take the products or join the business if that's something you're interested in. But the bottom line is monthly ordering is ideally the way that you want to go, so that you are keeping that consistency.
So if you guys are looking for more information on this stuff, go to thepinkeffect.biz. She's going to have video blogs on there, Q&As on there. She's going to have, and we talked about it, she's getting ready to really push the information out there, because she is super excited to get these things out there to you guys, because like anything else in this world, when we find something that's good, we want to share it with others, and she wants to share. That's why she's here today doing this podcast with us, which is awesome. And again, thepinkeffect.biz, or you can check her out on Facebook at Dawn Regner, and it's a good way to just get yourself started. Check out those different things. And remember, if you're wondering to yourself, hey, I really want to lose that extra weight that I have, I want to live a little bit of a better lifestyle so I can be around my family more often, see my kids grow old, be a part of those kinds of things, this is the way to go. Because, when I wake up in the morning, I'm always looking for expert advice. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm just kidding. Just remember, get out there, get into this stuff, do your research. I guarantee you Dawn will make herself available to you. Again, check her out at Dawn Regner on Facebook, or you can go right to the website, which is thepinkeffect.biz, ThePinkeffect.biz. And if you have any accountant questions, she's also available for that stuff too. So go ahead and bug her and do those kinds of things. Now, just to let everybody know, I know a lot of times, if you're like me, I like to meet people face to face. I'm not all about typically talking on the phone or always through the internet. I really like meeting people. So I tend to try to get people to have opportunities to come and meet me. And I'm trying to convince Dawn to be there as well. We have a paint night at Bill Bateman's on September 22nd. So if you guys are interested in that, check out our Facebook at Dog Talk Live. And you can click on our link on that site and go ahead and register for paint night. I'm doing my best to get Dawn there, so if you have Plexus questions, she can take you to the side after the painting is done and over with, and talk to you about Plexus and how it can help you and how you guys can get started if you want to meet her face-to-face. All right, guys, thanks for listening, and I hope you help us spread the word by sharing this on your Facebook page or other means to help other people hear about this awesome stuff going on and how Dawn Regner is going to make herself available for you guys. All right, thanks.
Thanks. Bye-bye.